Okay. Before I start, I want to explain the way I present my presentations to Daniel. Daniel knows it well. I like um, to mix the story with some cartoons I found in my Google Images, that stuff. And I like to make some drawings too. So it's kind of embarrassing make this kind of presentation now, but I hope that you guys like the way I did. So to present, I have to do like this, right? Uh, just
Take a picture.
you guys can see my screen.
So it's loading.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just start here. Can see this?
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, letter 1. I think it's nice to consider all the information we get from the introduction that Maria and Daniel made, because this first letter is introduction way to we understand how the story gonna be not just told by to us by letters of this romantic character who is the writer of those letters, and to consider the thing about the audacity to confront the forbidden. I think this theme is really important for to experience of Frankenstein. But anyway, the first letter. Before I start the first letter, we need to know this character who is gonna be the true writing of the letters. His name is Robert Walton. Robert Walton is that particular character who is really romantic and who likes adventure. Since he was a kid, he was inspired to explore the seas, in particular the North Pole. And he was so excited to show that he was accomplishing his one of those one of one of his biggest dreams of exploring seas. And he also wants to his sister to know about his journey. So the first letter initiated with this how can I say with this inspiring this inspiring sensation, of a person who's starting um, a journey who wants to do for a long time. And in the first letter, he was arriving in St. Petersburg. Um, he was he was celebrating his accomplishment to get to arriving to the city, and was uh, happy to finally beginning to write these words to his sister, and to comfort her. He decided to say he was completely how can I say completely safe, to comfort his sister, and he was um, he was frightened of himself to all these things going to be well for his journey, and wants to show this pride in himself to his sister. And like I said, Robert Walton is a great romantic guy. So elements around him is great importance for the development of his journey. So when he arrived to Saint Petersburg, the cold wind and the climate was some of the elements were inspiring him to dream of the North Pole. You know, the cold breeze was the thing that was inspiring him to think about the North Pole again. He was also in question himself on how this journey is gonna be, how this land of the North Pole it is gonna be to for him to explore. And again, when I said about the things Daniel introduced in the introduction, he carries with him this curiosity of the North Pole, to explore the magnetism of the pole, and how it's gonna be important to him with this, like he will always be. But where this idea to explore the North Pole comes out? Why he wants to do this in the first place? Why this is his dream? So when he was a kid, he was forbidden to read a lot about this, a lot about the North Pole and this stuff, because after before his father's death, he made his uncle promise to him to not let Robert to read his books in his library, because it was like a forbidden knowledge for him. He always been lax of knowledge because of his parents. But this didn't stop him to explore his dream to knowledge from the North Pacific Ocean. And yes, he was inspired about this book, about the travel, about traveling in the sea. And he had this dream since kid. And one of the things when to develop his curiosity was this to knowing it was forbidden for him. So yeah, 6 years later, before he even began to write the first letter, he was working for those ships of whale fishers. He worked day and night so he can be so he could get used to the cold breeze and get used to traveling in the seas and get used to know how the ship works. And at night instead of sleep or to get relaxed of all this work, he provided time to study a lot about the North Pole. not just not for study about the biology of the how can I say, marine biology. Is that correct? Yeah. Um, Also medicine. To study a lot of things he couldn't study before. Oh yeah, and finishing the first letter, he was telling to his sister how his travel is gonna be. So first he's gonna start in St. Petersburg, where he is now, and then he's gonna travel to Archangel. And for Archangel, he means to find a whale fisher ship because it's a kind of tripulation and BNC he knew how to manage it, and he was really excited to doing this. He always in the letter he always repeating himself about how this travel means to him, how this journey is gonna affect him to his life, how he wants to do this, how it's important to him, even that it was forbidden to him a long time. And also, he sometimes questioned himself if he was worthy of the sensations, if he was worthy to explore the seas. But even having these doubts, this was not stopping him to do this. And yes, and finished the first letter. He was no first. Reading the letter, you also can see how important his sister is for him. How he needs she protection um, and hope for him. He always praised it. He always praised it for her from her, and he was really grateful for her too. So this experience we have, like of reading those letters, is for receiving those emotional effect he has for his sister. We're starting to be in the sister's place, receiving all this love, all this love and grateful, and grateful he has for her.
Really?
And it's well, it's
Fantastic,
this.
Arthur. Fantastic.
and,
Fantastic.
and this is the first letter of Frankenstein.
Okay, good, good. You can stop sharing now, my friend.
Yes.
Fantastic. I don't know about Maria and Irina, but I always see this presentation and the quality. He hardly ever allows me to take a picture or something, but now it's there plain for everyone to see. Okay, you say.
So you have any comments
I
or
have
any
many
questions?
questions.
Something we can.
Yes. So now it's the moment when we have the questions, and I asked you
Yeah.
to make questions.
I know it could feel like I don't know, a little bit limited because, like I said before, it's the first letter, so it doesn't have a lot of things to
It
discuss about
has.
this. No,
It
it
is.
could have.
I have here.
Yes.
Okay, so I am just going to give you maybe this as we are recording. This is how I want you to make questions about. Well, Well, you see here. Let me start because you said something, Arthur, that I had not thought previously. But while you were presenting, oh, I was struck.
Lightning.
I was struck by lightning, and he could have been writing something for himself, like a diary. He could have a brother, but no, a sister. So differently from Eve and Pandora, that were gifts that destroyed a man, no, his sister is a blessing. And remember, who is writing the book? A woman.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. This is a crazy idea of mine. It's my way of traveling. Yes. In the second part I have here, well, there is a moment he says, "Is the cold? Like when he's in St. Petersburg, is the cold really cold?
Yeah.
Is the cold? I don't know what he wanted to say. What do you think?"
I think he was questioning about the code of Saint Petersburg and the code is gonna be felt in the North Pole. It's like if he's doesn't even know code yet. That's why.
It's yes, yeah, okay. But
And also because another thing he pointed on the letters is he has a great help from his cousin for
in this story, in this
resources.
is it in this part?
Yeah,
Ah,
he
that
said
he
about
receives
his
an
cousin because
inherit, inherit
yeah,
from. Ah,
yeah,
there is a moment. Is it the moment? Is this the chapter where he says about poet?
yes,
He was trying to live as a poet.
yeah,
He was trying to live as a poet, but he couldn't. And the uncle was Uncle Tom.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was forbidden to. He was forbidden like God forbid the knowledge, the tree of knowledge, the books. He was forbidden to read from his library. And there is also something about the child. Do you imagine, Margaret, the child that the sensation a child has when it's playing something it wants to play, you know? So that's why I am here in certain points and I question myself, is the cold really cold? I don't feel this cold. I feel the thrill of excitement of this endeavor. I don't feel cold. I feel hot inside with this. I don't see this cold. Uh, so yeah, so maybe he was only possible to get this expedition because of his cousin. I not his aunt or his cousin. I don't know. It is
his cousin.
yeah, cousin. Okay, and he tried to get the other works of other poets, and he becomes a poet himself. But he even tried to make money out of that, but his cousin, yes, his cousin. And there is something that he says about the steady purpose.
Yeah,
You mentioned, you didn't mention that, but the steady purpose is something that is like a compass. You see, the compass, you can do whatever you want, but when you see the compass again, it's always pointing to the north, unless there is another magnetism thing, and then disturb, you jeopardize the steady purpose. But without any disturbance, it will always point to the north. Like in our lives, it is good to have a steady purpose, but we cannot be romantic and say, okay, oh, if we see a self-destruction thing coming, oh no, 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 I have to stop. And that's what didn't happen to, no, no, to some people in the story. Um, yes. the glory. He does not want glory nor money.
Uh,
He wants to have his name consecrated in human history as the one the person who discovered the way to the North Pole and gave the fire to humankind about magnetism.
yeah.
And remember, magnetism and electricity. That's why I sent you the thing. There is a way to produce electricity through magnetism. You see, the girl was amazing. She linked this. It's possible. You see in the video. If you see the video I sent you, it's a long video, but you see there is magnetism and electricity. They are together. They are together. And I also made. He said that he got his way from preceding navigators. He was following the track of others.
Yeah.
He was following the track of others. I forgot to mention. Okay, but okay. Yes. In Star Trek, I don't know if you guys know Star Trek.
Yeah.
But in Star Trek, there is a saying. They say to boldly go where no man has gone before. I will repeat that. To boldly go, boldly, no fear, no free of fear, and romantic. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Bolton also had this
Yes.
inspiring thing.
And this child feeling. Yes.
Yeah.
So again, romanticism. He wants to benefit humankind with his endeavor, despite
Wants
his.
to confront the forbidden too.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
this is the most incredible thing for me, because it's gonna be this thought who's gonna be carried by the whole story of the book, confronting the forbidden, doing what you want, what was forbidden from you. You know, I think this is the most incredible thing the book and light.
There is also something in the book that in this chapter that it says there is nothing more tranquilizing, Margaret, in your life than a steady purpose.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we see like oh, I'm studying a lot, I'm doing this, but wait, I want to buy a house. Yeah, I you think about something and then okay, you see. Consecrate delivery himself as other thing. He is a very humble person. Look, he got the money from his cousin, a fortune, and he wants to. I'm sorry. I told you the forbidden fruit. Yes, this is that. Sorry, I'm going to come back. He has a lot of money. He has power, but he works as an undermate in a vessel to learn in the process. Imagine you have a lot of money, but you Rafael is coming. You have a lot of money and power, but despite of that, what do? You work in a vessel again. You work in a vessel as someone cleaning the floor or doing something menial job because you want to learn the process.
Yes.
Because steady purpose. I want to learn how this process works. Does not matter what. And that's it. I think that I don't have anything else to say. But this is how I want you to contribute. You see, while Arthur is giving the presentation, I'm making notes.
Yeah.
And that's what I also want you to do in the other future things, okay? It would be nice. Irina, It's your turn now, my friend.
I don't have such a good presentations,
Ah, but this
unfortunately,
is
for
something
you.
now. No, study purpose. You are the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, in the second letter,
Uh,
he
wait. You have to. Do you have the presentation or?
no, I didn't know, in fact.
Ah, okay.
But the
But
next
for the
time I
next
will
one,
do.
Irina, give like a presentation, pictures, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
In fact, I wasn't prepared for retailing you, but maybe I will say something useful.
Okay.
Uh, Walton, Walton. He, in Ca- I don't sure how to pronounce it in English. Archangel, Archangel, Archangel,
Archangel.
yeah,
Yes.
the city. In Russian, it's Arkhangelsk. For for your knowledge, he found a vessel and some sailors for his expedition, and he tried to think about one thing that he want to have, and it's a real friend. He called Margaret, his friend, but she's far, and he complains that now in the moment he has no one to share his feelings and the thoughts, um, because all sailors and men around him are rude enough, and he recalls that he was um, brought he was raised in tenderness, and his personality is very far from this man and his behavior, and he really dreams about someone to be with. It was the first part of his letter, and then he um, and then he uh, presents the captain, uh, which he found, had found, had found. He said that uh, mm, he tried to find someone who would be as mm, profound person as himself, and he found one man uh, with gentleness and mildness of discipline, as he said. So he's uh, gentle, and but his sailors very respect him. And then he told Walter tells story of that man. In his youth, he was almost married with one Russian girl. They loved each other, and he tried to um, uh, find a lot of money. And then, almost before a week to their marriage, she said him that she loves other men, that she loved other men, and he was very poor and hadn't money enough, and her father was against their relationships, and that man, which now is captain, he bought a house and mm, gave it to them, and and finished these relationships. And from one hand, it's very mm, uh, good and mm, noble action. And from the other hand, this man now is very calm and maybe clothed, can we say in English? So Walton thought that it's a really good person, and he wanted to be with him in his adventure. And in the last part of his um, letter, there was a paragraph about ancient mariner. I didn't get it before when I read it, because I never heard about this book. So I think I must a little analyze what I read uh, about about uh, Marina and Albatross. Yeah, but his idea is that he try if his adventure will be success, he he will return in a very long time, and if he wasn't succeed, he won't return at all or return soon. I think that's all. Questions?
Yes, but I will allow everybody to do it first. I have many. Sorry. Not question.
I have one question. I don't know if it is an important question, but it's one of the things when I read the second letter was one of the things that passed through my head. Why doesn't he start friendship with other sailors? Why he needs a man who is particularly compassionate and being. Sometimes it's like he wants a person who is like him. You know why he needs to be like him.
Um, I'm not sure, but I understood that he's between different um, levels of people. From one hand, he isn't educated enough, because he said that under his 14, he was in a wild and modern 15 years old teenagers are cleverer than him, more intelligent. And from the other hand, as I said, with sailors, for example, he can't find the common language, because they're too rude for him, because his sister Margaret, she was always very tender with him, and he thinks that it's the only one way to communicate with people.
I can also collaborate with something. Why I gave you the presentation, the Bible, we will always see that all around. So very nice what you said, Irina. It's exactly that. I'm just going to give you a little contribution.
Okay.
Uh, he feels like Adam among the animals.
Mm,
Do you
I'm not
understand my
sure because
point? The animals. Okay, I can see the animals, I can pet them, but there is no connection of mind.
uh,
They
in that way,
don't.
maybe yes. Yeah, he cannot find a friend, so someone equal to him.
Yeah, despite they were all humans, they consider them, he considers them
Mhm.
unlike him. Yes, very good question. Does anybody else? No? Okay, so let me go and then maybe there is a thing. Okay, so that was a very
Also, I
nice.
like the presentation.
Yeah, very
I like
nice,
the
very
way
nice.
you.
The next time, Irina, with the
Yeah,
pictures, oh,
yeah.
poof, even
Okay.
better.
Okay.
But there
I
is
think
one correction.
we didn't make this point very specific um, when we said to bring a presentation.
Yeah,
So I'm
maybe
sorry.
yes. So let's have that. There is one correction about the thing you said about the romantic thing. There is one correction. It was not the captain. It was his lieutenant.
Mm,
Because there
Okay.
is a moment the captain finds one person, and then I found him, Margaret. This lieutenant, he's different from the other people. And he says, look, very romantic. He was in love with a girl. The
Mhm.
girl didn't like him. She liked another man who possesses no money. What and then but the girl's father was very, oh, my daughter is going to marry a nice guy with a lot of money, so she's going to be okay. What does he do? He has money. So he says,
Mhm.
okay, you want to be happy? I'm going to give my money to you, and you live with this guy. I'm going to ask you that. Would you do that?
Hmm. No.
Nobody would. Go, the guy has to work and provide. Yeah, but no, he did all the money, and now he's working in a vessel to get more money. You see, and he
Mhm.
says, yes, Margaret, but this is very nice about him, but not yet my level. But this is a very romantic thing about him. This altruistic view, okay, is an altruist.
Mhm.
I don't care about me, but I'm going to help the other person. Ah, and he says, I am in the land of mist and snow, Margaret, but I shall kill no albatross. If you don't know the rhyme of the ancient mariner, you don't understand.
Mhm.
Yes. Um, yeah. I shall kill no albatross. No, okay. Yes. For me, that's it. I don't have any more. Do you? Does anybody have? Does anybody else know? Okay, so let's do this. We have allowed 40 minutes, so I'm going to give you more 15 minutes, okay? because this is going to happen. There will be chapters that will be faster. There will be chapters that will be
Yeah.
slower. But look, the next meetings, please. I'm not going to be the one making things only here, please. You have also to make
Yeah, yeah.
contributions because this is not like my presentation. You guys are stars, okay?
Uh-huh.
But
Uh, I need to make a request, please. First, I'm sorry about the late. I was taking care
you
of
are the
my
next
little
one, yeah.
sister. No, yeah, so I'm the next one, and my letter is the smallest one, and I need to go to a friend's house. He he asked me like now. So there is no problem, this is gonna be a really small presentation because the letter is not too big if compared with the others. So it's not problem if I can present now.
Okay, go now.
Yeah, because I need to present and after that I need to go.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, everything. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So you can share your screen.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm in Brazil, so I just have one screen. Daniel knows. This is a big problem for me. Let me. Okay. Everyone, it's okay?
Yes.
It's okay? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, well, we can see it.
Yeah, perfect. No, yeah, okay. So letter three starts to Miss Savley write the letter three to his sister. So okay, so he talk about the letter will be delivered by a guy in England, and he talk about it's everything okay in the moment. He's traveling in the ship, and he talking about the ice. It's everything. Can I say is everything good in the moment? No problem at all. The ice they pass okay, and yeah. And yeah, he talked with his sister about the travel, everything, and he talked about Margaret as well. He he says to Margaret, everything's gonna be okay. I'm in the way, so he delivered the letter. Um, and yeah, he tells, I will be away from my country for years, probably years, so I will don't see the land again for a big moment. And yeah, and he thanks the system. He asks for the blessed. Yeah, the letter three, it's just this. It's really small letter.
Okay. So you can close, Rafa.
Okay, okay.
So now questions. Does anybody have questions about chapter? Sorry, letter three.
Not question, but I want to enlighten another thing. He said since from the first letter, he doesn't feel cold.
Yeah,
Even in this moment, he was surrounded by ice. He doesn't feel the cold yet, because even in knowing the thing's gonna be different right now, he was still feeling hope
yes,
about this journey.
Okay.
And yeah, it'd be the first signs of disappointments too.
yeah. Uh, we can see that in the letter three.
Yeah.
He starts to
And then he says about the spirits elevated. I have to keep my spirits elevated, and also to make the others
Yeah.
My
Uh,
spirits are not okay, but I
I
have
need
to elevate
others.
others.
Yeah, I
yes.
need
Yeah.
others' spirit
Yeah.
to
He talk.
feel.
Yeah. He talked in the letter like about the danger. It's like it's coming like this, and there's something it's connection with Arthur said about the the code. He said, "I will be cool, perseverant, and prudent." About the code, he said that. So yeah, the letters.
Yes. And so you have traces of homesickness because he feels homesick.
Yeah.
And Arthur beautifully said he feels regret the first moment he starts regretting. And he
Yeah.
says, but triumph is this. The stars are the witness of my endeavor.
Yeah.
The stars are witness. Yes,
My witness, my testaments.
yes.
Yeah, like this.
There is a word that gale winds. Do you know what gale winds are? The catch, very nice. It's really nice. The gale winds. I remember the first time I heard this word, 2014. Gale winds. Gale winds. The gale winds, when you have winds like this, gale winds. The winds that whistle. Yeah, they are really nice. Yes, I have no more. Do you guys have
Yeah,
it?
as I say, it's the small that's one, the letter three.
Okay. Yes. So I'm going to give you guys one. Rafael, what time are you going there? Man, I'm just going to give my presentation and
Uh
we
huh.
are dismissed.
No, yeah. I can go because
You can
I
do
need to go. I need to go there about in 20 minutes. So I
okay,
don't know
yeah,
if
so
it
we
is.
have. Okay, I'm going to end this and start another because it give you 10 minutes. So we start earlier. Okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so see you in a minute. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, Maria missing only. Okay. Maria. Oh, she's here. So let me go. Yes, let me go then with the presentation. Screen one, let's go. Ah, yes, I am presenting. You can see my screen? Yes. Okay, so the letters. Remember, double click, you see it bigger, okay? Double click black, you see bigger. It's very important. Load, man. Okay. Okay. So, continue with the letters the captain sending to his sister, who, again, his sister plays an important role in his life. He was not like a gift, you see. Well, but she, unlike Pandora and Eve, that's a real gift. So the ship is stuck in the middle of nowhere in the ice, very similar to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, in parts of the Ancient Mariner. But suddenly, his crew and everybody sees, far from where they are, a sledge in the middle of nowhere, and they say, "What is that? We are in the middle of nowhere, and we see." They see a gigantic figure, a giant figure. Like, what is that? Yes. Whoa, my God, what is that? And they tried to follow that, but they couldn't. And they even thought, how is it possible to have this in the middle here? So it means that we are not as far as we thought we were. Despite being stuck in the ice and difficulties for a long time. Remember the chapter 3 Raphael presented, he was starting to regret everything. Yes? So they were in the middle of nowhere and they see this. First a giant creature, and then, man, what is that? Okay. And then the captain witnesses something interesting, because his crew is speaking with a person in the middle of the ice, and there is a kind of clever conversation, and he tries to see. He sees a man very sick, about to die, on a different sledge, not the same sledge as he had previously seen. And this guy is seems to be very, very ill, but he feels, oh my God, this guy is dying, is about to die, but look at the way he's speaking. Oh my God, the way he speaks, he's a gentleman. Even to say he's dying or difficulties. Oh. And then they put this person into the ship. And they started to try to reanimate this guy, and they give him hot soup and hot drink, hot beverages, and he started somehow to gain some humanity. He starts to be himself again. And the captain is very... Why is he here? Not only him, but all the crew. Why is he doing in the middle of nowhere? Why is this gentleman, this clever person here in the middle of nowhere? What happened? Why is he here? But despite that, he also thinks that as time and again he has a conversation with this strange man, he feels in love with him. Like, Margaret, this is the brother I have been looking for. A brother of soul, my soul brother. I do like him, the way he speaks, the way he thinks. It's very like me, Margaret. I have finally found this person. And then he feels so comfortable, like he feels so welcomed by these guys present in his ship, that he starts to say about his own endeavors, because he wants to know what the guy's doing there. But I think that he said, well, maybe if I tell him my story first, he will be welcome to tell his. Because despite being so curious about why that guy is there and that creature before. Because there is also a moment when the man says, you saw my sledge, but did you see previously you saw another? And the people said, yes, we saw. Oh, no, I want to go after. Wait, you are too weak for that. Wait. And he, okay. And then he becomes calmer, but then there is this moment when the captain starts telling the story for him. No, I have this steady purpose. I want to help humankind. I don't care about the price. Like he said in the letter for Irina, either you will see me something like the succeed or my death. Remember, Irina? Either I will succeed or I will die trying. Either I will succeed or I will die trying. I don't care about the price. And he sees that, and he says about this study purpose, what he wants, and that moment Victor, no. Because Victor sees the mirror of himself. He sees just like himself in a mirror. The same story, the same crazy pursuit, the same romantic view, steady purpose he had, no matter the price. And then he says, you share my madness, dear friend. And tomorrow I shall tell you my story. And maybe I hope that my story will change your mind, because I see exactly what I see in me. It was only because you told your story that I reflected about my own. Tomorrow I'll tell you the story. And that's it. So, what do you guys say?
Good presentation, teacher.
No.
Yeah.
Man,
this is you already know, yeah. You already know.
No, man. Because look, to be very sincere, Arthur said in the beginning, oh man, I am nervous. Rafael, I am nervous. Man, I am nervous too. Because I had to prepare many things. Maria had, we were all nervous, and this is the part. This is nice. We are presenting things in English, and that's important. Yes? How many other meetings in our lives we will have to have? Yes? Okay.
Wait.
Thank you.
Some Portuguese.
No problem. How does Portuguese sound like to you, girls?
When I was in Portugal, I thought the phonetically it's similar to Russian because there are a lot of s and sh sounds. So
Very soft.
it's something average between Russian and Spanish.
Yeah, but yes, but there is a problem about that. As we are talking a little about the history, there was a moment that we were colony of Portugal. When Brazil was first, when the Portuguese came to Brazil, the Portuguese spoken in Portugal was one, and it is immortalized by a guy, Luís de Camões. He wrote a book named Lusíadas, and it's a beautiful story, mythology. It's very beautiful. You are gonna love it. But then there was a moment that Portugal was away from Brazil for several reasons. They just came back to strong contact with us in 1812 because of Napoleon. He came to, he was trying to, he lost in Russia because in Russia he there was a big loss in Russia. He couldn't invade Russia. And Napoleon was defeated. There is even Tchaikovsky made a music. Tan, tanananan, tan, 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 tanananan, tan, tan, tanana, tanananananan, tan, tan, tanananananan, tan, tan, tanananananan. Okay, but yes, this. So, the Brazilian people were apart from Portugal, culturally, many things. So, the Portuguese from Portugal was preserved in Brazil for 300 years. When the royal court came again, they said, "Oh, you speak Portuguese. You speak Portuguese differently, like this, like very different Portugal, very different from Portugal. You speak the same Portuguese from Luís de Camões, and we have a
And
big
they stole
distance."
all of our gold.
Yes, but let's say this, and we stole because now Brazilian soap operas, Brazilian culture is more spread than Portuguese itself. Do you understand?
Oh yeah.
Culturally, we are like the Matrix, like this. So that's why the
Because
Portuguese.
we have a lot of cultures in one country.
Yeah. So that's why the Portuguese from Portugal is different from ours. I can't understand perfectly a Portuguese person speaking, and I think this is likewise.
Wow.
Just to yes, but let's come back to the book. Let's come back to the
Yeah.
book.
I was beginning to ask about this feeling of Walton of seeking another person, this new person who just arrived for his journey. It was just, I don't know, the way he talks that makes him um, uh, so feeling so emotional with this person. But it's just the way he talks and the knowledge he carried. Or it because, I don't know, he begins to be kind of mad in that ice mess, you know. So mad that anything could be special for him. He was in the middle of the tragedy, so a little light of hope was just this: he needs to have a friend. Oh, he was truly a person who was different from the others.
I can tell you this with I can answer you this with a story that happened to myself. The first time I traveled abroad, it was to Denmark, and I spent like 3 weeks in Denmark, almost 3 weeks. I was very bad, crying, homesick like Walter. And then, man, imagine you are walking on the street in the middle. Denmark is cold, there's gale wind, a lot. Man. And imagine, out of the blue, I see two girls speaking Portuguese. After 20 days in Denmark, I see two people speaking Portuguese. What happens in Denmark? Because they see I'm black, they don't speak in Dansk with you, in Danish. They speak in English because they know you are not from there. And that, in the first moment, I didn't understand well, but when that is a way to, that was not a nice way. Give me doubt. Give me the benefit of doubt. Maybe I can speak Dansk. Maybe I'm Danish. Yes, but no. If they speak in English with you, is because, and that's why when people are here in Brazil and they are, I know they are not from Brazil, but at first I speak in Portuguese. Then the second language is English. I never go first language English. English is always the second. And maybe that's what happened to Walter, because that was his brother. He was among animals. There was this lieutenant that was somehow nice, but not so nice. But that was no, that was his brother that he found. He found no one else but the gift that he was expecting. You see, from all the letters, all the letters from the beginning of the letters, years. What, 10 years?
But
The first person.
also when Walton begins to explain his story and his seekers of meaning of his life to search the forbidden. You said Victor. Yeah, Victor sees the same thing on him, and instead of feeling this friendship, he begins to be scary about it. I see another me in the person, and he's got scared about it. It's not he doesn't get comfort or happy with it. He's
But
got scared
why scary? Can you give me why scary? For himself
because he
or
knows
for
because
himself or for the other person?
I believe in the two things. Because he sees the potential the same story he passed to to start again
A potential
with another
danger
life.
of the mission of Walter's mission.
Yeah,
Yes, I agree. Other?
I don't have.
Mm.
Does anybody? Well, I don't have more. For me, it's nice. It's okay. Well, that was if you don't have anything, we can finish here. But let me tell you, this is our first thing we do. I have told you, Maria, that I would like very much to have a Russian author. I have even talked to her about the author I would like to have. Karamazov's brother, please no.
I agree.
No. Crime and Punishment. It's a look. It's a crime if you don't read, and it's a punishment if you do. But it's a crime if you don't read because a person has to read that book. You have to read that book. That's fantastic. But you see, from the same author, the Karamazov brothers, I can't read. I can't.
Uh,
I, I have tried. I have to, but no. So, as I said, this is the first project. There will be others, and we are learning. I have never done this in my life. Yes, and this is fantastic for me. So we are learning how to how to improve. I know that each one of you is facing this as what can I do the next time? What can I ask? But it's fundamental to ask questions. The next time there will be everybody. It will be Irina and Victor. And Victor is the main character of the story, as Maria said. Yes, and he has to be part of this as well. We have no idea about Victor. We don't know who is Victor.
if
And
you see him, you will be sure that he is the main character of the story because his
yes,
image is very romantic.
okay, we
He
are.
looks like a mad scientist.
Yes, yes. So
A little bit maybe.
we're looking. We have been looking forward to meeting him, and then we will finally meet him next time. Okay, my friends. So if you have no more questions about anything, so we can finish here. And remember, it's important to make comments about it. I made a lot. It's important for you while the person is presenting you all. Right. Okay. Okay, my friends.
Teacher, what about the photo? The picture?
Oh, the official picture.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
For
3,
his
2, 1. Very nice. Very
Okay.
nice. Very nice picture. I'm going to send it to the group now. And what am I going to do? I'm going out now, but when I come back, I will decide what I'm going to do with the material. Possibly I will put
Okay.
this on YouTube because it's better. Okay, the whole thing on YouTube. Okay, and I just send you
Okay.
the link. Okay, my friends. I hope you all
Okay.
have a nice, wonderful,
Weekend.
whatever
Yeah.
is
Evening.
weekend. What's the last of the weekend? Okay, but that's it. See you, my friends, and thank you for
See you,
being
teacher.
for allowing us to be part of this. Bye bye.
See you,
Bye bye.
See you.
everybody.
Bye
Bye
bye.
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 Bye.